very good morning, everyone. Jeremy here from strategic.com.sg. Hope you're having a great Sunday so far, and a little bit of market recap for the Singapore Airlines stock C6L on the Straits Times Index. So let's start off our discussion with the monthly charts on the Singapore Airlines shares, and you can see that the SIA shares have been on a downtrend since the 3rd of August 2015 with a short signal around the $7 mark, and we hit a pandemic low of $3.20 on the 3rd of August 2020, and essentially for 5 years been on a massive downtrend, and we did bounce back at the level of $3.23, and we did break out of this downtrend positively on the 15th of March 2021 at a level of $5.45. The target now stands at $7.05, which was the breakdown level 6 years back, and currently shares are facing a little bit of short-term weakness at the moment, and you can see that for this particular past 2 months the shares have been facing a little bit of selling pressure. We broke the Kijun line at 511 and sort of bounced off the Tenkan line at 454. So moving forward, what you want to see is number one, we hold 454. Otherwise, the short-term momentum may die off, and we may target the low again at 323, which was the pandemic lows. Otherwise, if we do bounce off from the 454 level, we need to break the Kijun support at 511 and thereafter proceed on to the upside as per the long signal on the 15th of March 2021 and stabilize above the Ichimoku cloud above the $5.75 level to have any traction for it to hit $7.05. So right now the levels to watch will be 454, 511, and thereafter see whether the price action is able to sustain above this long signal around the $545 region. Now, looking at the weekly charts is a little bit of a more bearish picture. The Singapore Airlines shares has broken through this particular support, giving a short signal at $4.77 on the 10th of May 2021. And it was quite early in the month. The short signal was issued, and currently the target is already at $3.23, and we need to actually bounce back. Though last week we had some buyers on the dip, we need to clear 490 and 508, and you need to break above this particular pivot point here, 569, for it to move higher. All right, so on a medium-term basis, there's a short signal for over the past 2 weeks right now. So zooming in on the day charts, the short signal was actually issued on the 15th of April 2021 at the level of 545, targeting 488. We have broken that 488 level and currently closed at 477. And currently the pivot is at $4.97 to break before you gain back any traction to the upside. Otherwise, if the downward pressure persists, we may continue down to our next level at $3.23. So bottom line, a couple of points I want to make here for SIA shares. Number one, on a monthly basis, this long signal at 545 on the 15th of March, targeting 705, is still valid. However, it just breaks the downtrend, but it doesn't mean that we have established an uptrend yet until we start to trade above the Ichimoku cloud, somewhere around the $6 region above the SSSB line at the moment. That has not happened. So the SIA shares has broken this downtrend and is trying to start an uptrend. However, that is not valid yet. Number two, on the weekly chart, this particular bounce at $4 on the in November last year, targeting 705, has ended officially on the 10th of May this month, and weakness is setting in, and the shares are actually now trading in the Ichimoku cloud, and we can actually go either way, breaking down below the SSSA line for further weakness to test 323, or it could break above and test the pivot of 569 for upside targets. On the dailies chart, at the meanwhile, we are actually bearish at the moment, and we did hit our first target of breaking the weekly target of 488, and that was successful. And the downtrend may continue to the downside unless we break this pivot at 497. These levels will be included in my blog on strategic.com.sg. And finally, you can see on the 4-hourly charts a little bit of positive buying on the dips at around the 462 level. And if we do form a little bit of a toe above the SSSA line on the 4-hourly charts, we might go higher. And if you refer to the SDI metrics, the current stance for SIA would be sell in the short term, sell in the medium term, and on the longer term basis, it is still a buy. However, you may want to consider buying at lower levels at around 323 if it does touch this particular level and bounce. All right, so direct any questions to me if you want on the YouTube video comment section or on my blog. Thanks for watching, everyone, and